Welcome to Coffee Time with us. We live in the heart of Kentucky. We are retired and also empty nesters. And we love the country life. We love our neighbors. We love our country and we honor our flag. We love the Lord and we love that He gave us the Bible for guidance. We have lots to share with you guys. So what are you all waiting on? Come join us. We caught some early morning photos fall here in Kentucky. It's just beautiful with just a little frost. And then as the sun comes up, it just makes those trees look all the more golden. Larry is cleaning up the rest of the garden. The last of the pepper plants and tomato plants are being cleared out until next year. The area out there is still marked for the shed. It's not here yet, but it's coming soon. And Larry is clearing up the porch. This is probably going to be the last time that we do a coffee time on our deck. It's just time to winterize it as well. He's bringing in the rack for the wood. We do have a wood fireplace, and although we can't put a lot of wood in it, we can put a couple of pieces and really enjoy the warmth from it during the very cold winter evenings. And we do enjoy our fireplace. So it's just time to bring up the wood and then we'll cover it. We got the cover from Amazon.com and it zips and unzips and it keeps it dry up on our porch. Now the wood pile is way up there in the corner. We uncover it during the summer months, but he will put a tarp over it for the winter time just to keep it protected in case we need to go out and get some more and bring it up to the porch. We have had a couple of winters that the Arctic air has come all the way down from Canada, and sometimes our heat unit just can't keep up. So we do use our fireplace a little bit more for that reason, and we've had to do so. So it looks like the next spring we probably will get another load of wood over there. This is just a lot of work, and Larry is working on that. Today it's beautiful outside. It's sort of like 68 degrees, very nice. Now I know that some of you guys have a few questions for us, and I have not forgot those. I have wrote those down.
Last log.
And we will have a coffee time Q&A maybe soon in the future. Okay, here we are, our coffee time on the porch. This will be our last time this year because we'll be wrapping it all up and getting ready for the winter time to come in. And
yeah, today is a beautiful day. We've actually got the back door open, and we thought, well, heck, let's go outside and enjoy it while we can, because I think this Saturday it's a possibility of snow flurries and a high of 46.
Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah, been getting everything wrapped up. Wood put up on the deck. You've seen the video of Larry getting that done, and all the hoses have been put away, and most of the plants have been cut back, and just getting ready for winter time.
Yeah, took care of the garden and cut everything down. And just today I mowed for probably the last time, maybe one more time, but give it a good mow today.
So you guys have to tell us, are you setting ready for winter? I know some of you live in the South, and You have pretty warm days. I know I've got a friend down there. She says it's 60. She freezes. At 60, we would definitely be in shorts up here. But yeah, 60 is pretty cold to some folks in the South.
Well, on and off, I've been out in the shop working on woodworking. And I think the last time we talked to everybody, we were talking about when we had just first got married. And
first of all, before we got married, we made the decision to where we were either going to stay in my hometown I was in. I lived in Nicholasville. Larry lived in Paris. We had to make the decision on which county that we wanted to live in. And so one of the main decisions that brought about us living in Paris was the report card of the school. If I had to go over the report card of Allie was going in second grade,
yeah.
and so I wanted to do my own research, and I did, and I really loved what I was seeing in Bourbon County, and that was in Paris, versus my hometown. So that was one of the bases that we were going to make the move and move into the house that Larry had bought. Now, I was renting and he was buying his place, but if whatever we decided is, what we would do, if
Yeah, it didn't matter to me. I just, whatever was best for Allie's education.
And so in the long run, she graduated and then went off to college, and so we didn't make a bad choice there, and she really didn't struggle in school at all. So I really felt good about that decision. When we got back home from our honeymoon, my husband had said since we were going to move into his home, it did not have a dishwasher, and he said to me, I will do the dishes.
Made a promise.
Until we get one.
Till we get a dishwasher.
And he did. Which you tell the story about the process of what you did while we were gone.
While we were gone, I arranged for a surprise for when we got back home. Newlyweds, and my dad, I had arranged it with him. I had bought a dishwasher. He let somebody come in, I forget who it was, come in and install the dishwasher, take the cabinet out, and install the dishwasher, so that when we came home from our honeymoon, there was a brand new dishwasher in the house ready to go for us, so that wouldn't have to be ever an issue getting the dishes washed.
I guess that's a semi-truck gearing down.
It is. I see it out there.
On the country road?
Yeah, he's...
okay, well, he didn't know that curve was there. That is a sharp curve back there by the barn.
Yeah, he's going to load some grain or something.
So anyway, that was a very nice surprise coming home too. And so that wasn't an issue of, who's going to do the dishes, because I still worked my regular work schedule. And although I knew Larry had said, why don't you slow down? It was a little bit hard for me to give up the work after working for so many years.
Yeah, when I met Rebecca, she had 2.5 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, or 1 full-time job, a part-time job, and another part-time job. And with just being married and 2 incomes, didn't think we needed 4.5 incomes.
Well, it was a little bit hard slowing down, but I eventually did. But I'm going to share some pictures of the first home we lived in. It didn't have a garage. It was more like a starter home. It was 3 bedrooms. I don't have pictures, a lot of pictures of the inside, but it was 3 bedroom, a bath and a half, or 2 baths.
Bath and a half.
A bath and a half. I think the half was off the master.
Yes.
Maybe. And we stayed there how long before?
I think it might have been a year, year and a half.
Year and a half.
We had a surprise visitor shortly after we got home too. There was a knock at a door, quite an alarming.
He was at work, and someone knocked on the door, and anyway, I went to the door, and he said, "Ma'am," he said, "I heard there was a wild animal loose in this area." And I don't know what my face, I don't know what my face expression was.
He was with animal control.
Yes, he was with animal control. I didn't have any clue who he was, but he knocked on the door. I answered. He said, "Ma'am, I heard there's a wild animal loose in the area." And I just stood there and looked at him like, what do you want me to do? And then
he was a friend of the family, and he actually was animal control guy.
But after a few minutes, I guess, of my surprised expression, he said, "Is Larry home?"
He wanted to borrow a trailer of mine, and which was just fine, but just kind of a joking way. But Rebecca, I don't think, was prepared for that.
I was not prepared at all. I couldn't imagine what my face expression was, so some strange guy that, because he had animal control on his, and I think his name was Bob.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I've never met him before, but he was a friend of Larry's family. And so, I was all new to the area. But speaking of the area, we lived on a little cul-de-sac there in Paris. Probably about, 7, 8 homes in that little circle.
Yeah, something like that.
And probably after, a year we had lived there, probably about a year.
Yeah.
10 months, a year. We had noticed a house sitting on that same street.
About 3 doors up.
That was just abandoned. The weeds were growing up. I believe you could see part of a washer and a dryer sitting in the front yard, and the weeds almost covered it. And
you could tell no one was living there.
Yeah, everybody was curious about what was going on with the home, and nobody came to mow it. Nobody looked like they lived there. Nobody in and out. So we started looking into the property.
I thought it would be a good idea. Hey, we buy the house, we fix it up, we sell it, make $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Take 4, 5, 6 months, clean it up, do a few repairs, clean it up, a fresh coat of paint, and flip that house, and make about, back then, $5,000. How long did you have to work to make $5,000? So, but anyway, that we're not going to get into a whole lot about it, but we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the years that we flipped houses. But that was our first house that we had. Did it go up for auction?
It's been so long ago, I don't remember how it is that we bought it, whether it was at auction or if it was, we got it straight out through a realtor, or how we wound up to buy it. But we got that house, and we did. We worked on it for, after work, we would come home, we'd get something to eat, then we'd go over there and work on the house for, several
A few
hours.
hours. Yep. A few hours. And before we even sold that house, there was a girl I was painting. I think Larry was at work. I might have been off. We had a little bit different schedule. And she stuck her head in the window that I was painting one of the bedrooms. And she said, is this house for rent or for sale? She said, and I said, well, we haven't decided. She said, I want this house. So basically, we had already sold it before we even put it on the market.
It was almost finished. We were just taking care of the last little bits of details, and within 48 hours of it being done and us gonna put a for sale sign up, we never did put a for sale sign up.
No,
No,
no.
that woman,
She
she
wanted
did
to
buy
make
it.
sure. She kept stopping in, talking to us. Houses were hard to come by over there.
Always have
The
been.
schools over there were great, and so any houses that came available, and the realtor still has a list of people wanting to move into that area. We put a price to it, and they got approved, and we sold it. And what we thought was going to be 5,000, we wound up making
14.
14, and of course that was 20 years ago, so that wasn't a bad income for 6 months of part-time work
No,
on
that
that.
that started us on a 6-year adventure of buying and selling houses, and some of them were pretty
Oh,
rough, pretty sketchy
we
at first.
we will share some of that with you later on some of the houses that we we did flip, and some of the ups and downs about it. But yeah, so
It was never like you seen on TV where they make just gobs and gobs of money. We never did make that kind of money on them, but it was worth doing, and it was fun.
yeah, it was it was a little boost, to
Oh yeah, it definitely helped um us along the way
because
as we were getting started.
yeah, we were going through trying to get out of debt, and we were doing that Dave Ramsey snowball, and it didn't take us long. And once we got out of debt from credit cards and um, car payments and all of that kind of stuff, we didn't go back.
Hey, you know something we didn't tell everybody about
Oh,
was that time you won that big prize.
yeah, we'll have to take a step back on that one.
Yeah, maybe we tell them about that the next time we coffee talk. But that was neat. She won a great big prize right after we started dating.
Yep, right after.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll get into that in another video too,
yeah.
so this one won't be so long. But so any of you guys out there ever flip houses, or maybe you moved into one, lived in it a couple of years, fixed it up, and then sold it for a profit and moved? We did that a couple of times, but we'll get into more of those stories later on, because
They're
you
kind of
know
fun to tell.
they there's some ups and downs about it, and but also we'll take a step back and talk about the big prize. Well, there was a sad time shortly after we got married.
Yeah, we were married in June, and my dad had cancer, and he passed away in August, right after we had gotten married. And I wish Rebecca had got to know him better. He was a
Well,
Really good guy.
what little bit I get to know his dad, whenever he would come to visit, he'd come up with a smile and he'd squeeze my hand, ask me how I'm doing. And my thought was, you know, if he's anything like his dad, then he's a keeper.
Handsome and modest, just like my dad. And so, yeah, you know, keeper.
Yeah, he's a keeper. But I think that's all we got for this coffee time. We'll come back. We've got some more stories to share with you.
Oh, yeah.
The big surprise, we've got house flipping. We've also got some riding adventures, a lot of those.
A lot of those.
Oh, a Christmas story for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
You know, we're coming up on the holidays, and we have got just a great,
Christmas
heartwarming
story.
Christmas story.
Yes.
Um,
We'll share that with you guys around Christmas time. We'll have
Yeah.
a coffee time. We'll
Be a
tell you
perfect
the
time for
story
that.
about it. And so we just got lots of stories to share with you guys. Thanks for being here, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love you guys. Hope you have a great week, and we'll try to see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next coffee time.
Bye, guys.